Sorry, I lied. It was the end of that question, not the end of the section. This is the end, though, I promise. So it says, observe, increase the sim speed by 2 levels. Click play and wait for a while. What occurs as time goes by? So we're going to go here. We're going to increase I don't know how you increase it by just 1 or 2 levels, but just speed it up a little bit. And it goes really fast, so be careful. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit more there. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. So let's take a look and see what information do we have, right? We're going to leave it on natural selection. We have generation, we have average fitness. Remember, generation is how many times has there been offspring bred. Average fitness is how well is it going to survive it to be able to reproduce. Okay, so let's go ahead and says let's just wait a while. So we'll just wait a while. So look how much faster it's going. Now that was way fast. Okay, so what has happened? Right? So what has happened to the average fitness? Now I'm going to send it back down to the very beginning, but I'm going to leave it on this pretty high speed. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it go. So we're starting at first generation with an average fitness of about 50. Let's run it. Look at this all the way up 50. Oh, by 48 generations, it's 100% fitness. So tell me then, what the heck is the difference between these guys? Run it again. And then look what's happening, right? The colors are changing. But what happens as you get towards the end? It goes from 50 to 100. Keep rerunning it if you have to. Keep rerunning it. Look what happens. This going through a bunch of mutations. But think about what happens to the ones that are mutating. What happens to the ones that are mutating? Right? So they are less green when they start. And you run it and they're changing colors, they're changing colors. And look what's happening to this average fitness number. Right? It's crazy. They went from white, getting picked off at only a few, letting only a few survive. Remember when we did it when it was slow? We started again. They'd mutate, right? The bird would come in, pick quite a few off. Right? So if its mutation was beneficial, it would go on to mate. If it wasn't, it did not. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit more. Speed it up a little bit more and then try to catch it. There we go. So now I'm at 33. So now we're up to 80%. I'm going to slow it back down so we can watch and see what happens slowly. And you do this with yours. See if you get the same thing. What are you noticing about the colors of the offspring? Which ones are getting picked off? That's the kind of questions that you want to ask yourself as you're looking at the results for this. Okay? Then you're going to go back here. So you're going to what happens over time, right? Make sure you make sure it's coherent. If you read it out loud to yourself and it doesn't make sense, it's not going to make any sense to your teacher. Okay, so the next part is to explain. In wild populations, evolution is often caused by natural selection. Based on what you have observed, how does natural selection occur? Okay, so think about what we've talked about in class. Think about the Pear Dex. Think about any of the other gizmos we've done, any of the activities. Use your vocab notebook if you need to. Okay, good luck.